This is HaYom Yom. These are sayings by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. 1 minute, 1 minute. Is that today? Yeah. Mitzriam, there's a different sort of printing. Over Mitzriam, going out of Egypt, this expresses limitation, constriction. If you want to call it pain, Mitzrayim, tsar. 1 minute. What am I doing? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Get a pointer. The spiritual Egyptian exile, what we're reading about in the Torah was something that happened in a historical event, but because we're reading in the Torah, it must be something that's happening right now. What is happening in Egypt? The Jews are all in Egypt, where the Jews are scattered all over the world. They're not in Egypt. I don't know if there's any Jews left in Egypt at all. Are there any Jews in Egypt? Maybe there's a couple of old people or something. What type of Egyptian? It's a spiritual. It's eternal. That's talking about this animal soul. What's the animal soul? Another name for the animal soul? Me. That's me. I think, I want, I. The animal soul restricting and concealing the godly soul. So that a joy so severely that the godly soul is compressed. In other words, your feeling, your certainty that God exists is so small that it's totally hidden. Going out of Egypt means discovering your true identity. My identity is not what I want. My true identity is what Hashem wants, what the Creator wants. This is the removal of the constriction and the boundaries, removing all of your false restrictions. The intellect of the brain illuminates the heart. Your mind says, 1 second, here the Rebbes are writing that God exists. Why don't I feel it? Why don't I understand? The intellect and the brain illuminates your heart. And that brings about good character traits, which are translated into actual practice. That's today's Yom Yom. I'll tell you one small story. I mean, I think I've told this story about 50 times, but I remember when I was young, that's when television first came out. It was like in the 50s. Oh, that was a big thing. And there was a program called Superman. This was a big deal, Superman. And I remember we used to, take towels and put a pin tied around this, and we'd jump off of chairs in the house with Superman. We're Superman. Everybody was Superman. So there was, Superman broke through walls, and he had X-ray vision, and he could, fly through the sky like a bullet. What is it? A bullet, a plane? What's that up in the sky? What is it? What does it say? Is a bullet? Is it a train? Is it Superman? Anyway. So there was one that I remember I saw that there were these people trapped in a dungeon, and they couldn't get out. They were trapped in a dungeon, and Superman's job was to get them out of the dungeon. So, there was always music played. So, he's Superman, who was a mild-mannered reporter. He puts on his, Superman costume, and he jumps out through the window, and he flies. He flies in the air with the greatest of ease, and he gets to this place where they are in the dungeon. They're in some sort of like a tower or something like that, a dungeon, and he breaks through the wall with his chest. He breaks through the wall, and you see these big blocks that were on the wall, which you can see that they were made of paper mache or something like that, because it was but Superman, everything is paper mache. So he breaks through the wall. And these people are all chained up. They're chained up, and they say, Superman, thank you. He says, we're leaving. He said, but we're chained up, Superman, we're chained up. This is the part, listen to this. I'm a little kid watching this. I don't know, how old was I? 5 years old, 7 years. So he says, Superman, we're all chained up, we can't move. Superman said, don't worry, I am Superman. And all of the music plays again. And he grabs a hold, and all of a sudden he says, 1 second, these chains are made of paper. And he looks at the camera. He said, they've been hypnotized. Now, I was a little kid. I didn't know what this meant, hypnotized. I had no idea what was going on. He said, they're made of paper. These have been hypnotized. I thought, wow, what is that? What is that? That a person can be put into a tower and that he could be chained down. That's bad enough. But here the person is hypnotized. So they said, no, no, Superman, we can't get out. So Superman sort of like goes, and the music plays again, da, 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 and he breaks the paper and he grabs a hold of them and he flies through the window. So I remember that stuck in my mind, hypnotized. Wow, there's really such a thing as being hypnotized, to believe in this. And that really stuck in my mind that a person can really truly believe and feel something that's just in his mind. It's not there at all. And that's called Egypt. That's truly the idea of Egypt, right? That we think we're prisoners. Our natural animal soul tells us this is who you are. That's all you are, right? I am what I am, and that's all what I am. That was that's all you are. You're a human being. Yeah, they're here to have pleasure, to have money, to have comfort, to have night, to have a family, to this, all good things, right? Those are good things. What's wrong with that? But that's all you are. There's no more than that. I can't leave. I'm hypnotized. I'm not hypnotized. This is reality. I'm in chains, right? So the Rebbe is coming to tell us, listen, man, you've been hypnotized. It's not really real. You can break free on your own. You can break free on your own. And that's called going out of Egypt, realizing that really we are creations of God and that we have godly power to make the world a good place and change the darkness of the world to light. Okay, that's today's little lecture over here. Stop the recording. It doesn't stop. I have to go like this.